tell me a little bit how the home staging process works?
Typically, when we go into a property to stage, the first thing we want to do is to get a tour from the homeowner. We like to come in, and the first process and the first meeting takes about an hour. The homeowner walks us around, and we take some initial pictures and just try to get a feel for the home and get a lay of the land. Once that's occurred, Patty and I sit down and discuss how much the homeowner actually knows about staging so we can make sure that we're all on a level playing field and they understand how we can help them and what's expected of them as the seller of the property. The next thing that's going to happen is that Patty and I will go back to our office and formulate a floor plan and 3 different packages for that homeowner. Those 3 packages are at all price ranges and will attach to that an a la carte menu. Our a la carte menu will include other things like landscaping, painting, anything else we think that will perfect that staging, giving it a little bit more curb appeal or a little bit more pop. We go back the next day, we meet with the seller and present the packages to them for them to select one and decide how they want to proceed with selling their home.
One of the benefits of hiring home stagers today with real estate backgrounds versus a decorator or maybe a designer, not only do we come in to depersonalize, but we also have the relationships already established with today's contractors and vendors that we trust. So one of the things that we do is we take a property and we are able to assess it and address all the issues that would be necessary for today's seller to market it to today's buyers. And with that, we were able to acquire vendors who are painters, who are landscapers, we have professional carpet cleaning, we have an electrician to help with electrical upgrading. Lighting is very important when showcasing a property.
Sure.
So we are the one-stop shop for today's listing agent and today's seller.
I understand, Rhonda. And listen up, folks, because you don't want to miss this. You really want to pay close attention. You are New Jersey's only master stager who was personally trained by Barbara Shores. You basically both were, but what's the difference? You have an extension? Do you have an additional certificate? How is that?
Even within the ASP program, there are levels of ASP and ASP stagers. Some realtors go and take the course just to learn about staging and to become familiar with it. Then you have ASP stagers who actually own staging businesses and companies. Then you have master stagers. Master stagers are those people who have gone on an intensive 6-day course with Barb. She comes in, does the course once a year, and trains these people in all of her techniques, and it's a little bit more in-depth, so it's the highest level of an ASP stager.
Wow,
and currently, I'm the only one in New Jersey.
You were recently awarded the winner of 2010 International Association of Home Staging Professionals Rising Star Award. That is a major accomplishment, Rhonda. Congratulations on that.
And I would just like to let your public know that with Rhonda winning that award back in October, she's now in the pool to be Stager of the Year 2010.
Wow, Stager of the Year.
And that's a national recognition.
Wonderful.
Yes.
That is
very proud of her.
absolutely wonderful. That is wonderful. What I would like to do now is we are going to take some pictures that Rhonda and Patty have submitted to the show, and they're gonna tell us a little bit of what they did with these rooms. Just saw a formal dining room that went from like a peach color to a nice light cream color, and then you added some tables and chairs there, and a nice plant, and it actually looked like now I would love to have a homemade meal in that room. You know, what a huge difference. Okay, we're gonna go to the next shot, and then we're gonna come back live. So I'm just gonna show you a quick snippet. Okay, so that's supposed to be an office, what we just showed you. And that was the 4th bedroom, you said?
Yes, correct.
Amazing.
Sometimes when you have a larger property, the best thing to do instead of showcasing each room as a bedroom is to show the potential buyer that the room could be something else. An office is a wonderful space to have, especially for those people who work from home or are considering working from home.
Okay, excellent. Because let me tell you, I have been to some houses that the room, I walk in there, I'm showing a buyer house, and they say, this is a bedroom. I say, really, it is? I thought this was a shoe closet. Because That's how small it is.
Yes.
So you took this office and now you made it into that.
Room was we started out by neutralizing the wall color. Obviously, the orange is an overpowering color, and for some people, it's just a little too much. So the first thing we wanted to do was to neutralize the paint colors. Then we went in and we wanted to show how actually big the room was, so we placed in a desk and some other items to accessorize the room.
That's wonderful. I'm telling you, because, I mean, if something just can't be used the way it was intended to be, you might as well just make it something else.
You also have to remember how you live in your home is not necessarily the way you should be selling your home as a product.
That's correct.
There is nothing wrong with having a lovely peach colored room that you're living in, enjoying in, but when you're ready to market that home, it's really important that you appeal to every buyer, not a specific target of somebody who there's probably very few people who may really enjoy peach. So you want to make sure that you neutralize so it appeals to the most buyers today.
And also remember, the more you leave for a buyer to do, the less your offer is going to be.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
If you go into a home and, as a buyer, and you see that you have to paint 3 or 4 rooms, rather than a buyer taking off just a few $100s that we all know the paint will cost, they take off thousands and thousands of dollars.
They do.
Antonia, we're here today to appeal to the listing agents too, such as yourself.
We're appealing, listing agents. Listen
we're
up.
appealing. You hire a staging company to come in and neutralize that property. Will save you when you walk in to show that property to a buyer. The buyer only sees what's there. You give us the ability to come in there and place items in certain spots. We will be able to guide them through room to room to show them what it's supposed to be.
Excellent. Okay, so let's go on to the next room. So I understand now, let's see. So this is a master bedroom, and did I just see a bed on the floor?
Yes, you did. It's a $430,000 home.
Wow.
In Mercer County.
Yes.
Yes.
The main thing that a buyer wants to feel when they do go into their master bedroom is a feeling of romance, a sense of warmth, of relaxation. Your bed on the floor doesn't evoke those wonderful feelings.
No, it does not.
Nor does your baby's crib in the corner. So that's got to get out of there too.
Okay. So let's see what you actually did with that master bedroom. Amazing. I mean, did you see that, folks? It went from a bed on the floor to this beautified room. What did you do? You added colors to it?
Yeah, we did. We
elevated the bed, it looks like.
Yeah. We actually constructed a platform bed.
Oh, did you really?
Along with making a headboard ourselves. As you can see in the back wall, we actually created that ourselves. And what we ended up doing, you don't have to be afraid of color. Staging, just what it does is it uses the color as the pop. And we did that when we placed red curtains on the wall and we matched it with the red pillows with just enough pop. When you walked into the master bedroom, what that pop did was guide your eye to exactly where we wanted the buyer to see. We wanted the buyer to see a large open space, a romantic open space.
Excellent. So, I mean, what a change. I mean, it actually looks like a master bedroom now where you can really romance in it now, you know, with all the colors.
And that's the
stuff.
feeling. When a buyer walks in, it's all about the senses. It's all about what do they smell? What do they see? What do they feel like? You want the buyer to walk in and feel like they don't want to leave. You want them to be excited and can't wait for settlement day to come. You want them to look at that amount of money that you're asking for your home and think that it's peanuts compared to the experiences they're going to gain from living in that home. Many times sellers are stagnated in the thought that this is my home. But you're asking someone for a great deal of money, whether your house is priced at $100,000 or $500,000. Are they getting what they're paying for?
Right. Okay, let's go on to the next. I would have never guessed that that picture with that one chair is a formal living room.
Sure was.
How's that possible? I mean, it looked to me like it was a lounge chair. Actually, it looks like it's the type of chair that can break your back. But so let's see what you actually did with that room. Now that looks like a living room now.
Yes, it does.
It looks like, come on in, have a seat, read a book, let's enjoy, let's have a nice conversation. Before it just looked like, it was a solitary room that you would go into.
Yeah.
And that was if you want a major depression, and you want to break your back.
And that room sat just across from the orange room that was the
Did
formal
it really?
dining room.
Oh my God.
So your first
Just so you know, as you can see, this home had very little furniture. This property had been on the market once before and was unsuccessful to be sold in today's market in that condition. So when we came in, we brought in our own line of furniture and our own accessories.
Really?
Yes, we did. So you'll see a lot of the furniture throughout this home was from our own personal inventory. Just so you know, what few pieces they did leave behind, you'll start seeing them throughout the next few pictures.
Excellent. Okay, so let's move on to the next picture. Now, this next picture, I believe, is supposed to be a master sitting area.
Yeah.
I would not know that that area there is a master sitting area because there's a crib there and there's just some stuff in the corner. Let's see what you actually did with that. Now, I hope you didn't throw out the crib and the baby in it, but I'm sure you found another spot for the baby in the crib. So let's go there and let's see what you actually did to it. Okay, so now that looks like a sitting area.
That's right.
Actually, it even looks like a romantic, intimate sitting area. You added some candles to it. There's the red curtains I see you added.
We sprinkled some
Beautiful.
rose petals
Some
along
rose
the entrance
petals.
of the bed.
Oh, folks, did you hear that? We're getting romantic on the show now. Some rose petals. I mean, look at the difference. That just went from just stuff that was in a corner. Even that poor baby was in the corner, to a beautiful sitting area where you can actually, you can have your cup of coffee there. You can have your tea in the morning. Okay, so this next picture is now supposed to be a more. It just looks like there's just boxes and stuff on the side. Now, could you tell me what a morning room is? What is a morning room? For the viewers who don't know what a morning room is.
That room was adjacent to the large kitchen, which was a gorgeous kitchen with granite countertops, and it overlooked their rear deck and a huge open space where literally you would see deers coming through the field.
Look at that.
It was a gorgeous view outside. It was meant for someone to be able to sit and relax and just kind of take a little break.
Amazing. So let's see what you did. That is absolutely gorgeous. So that's an actual morning room. So now you kind of made it into a sitting room. Same thing. You added color to it. It looks like. I mean, did you add additional color? What happened there?
Actually, that was the color that was in the room.
Oh, that was the color.
But the boxes were what your eye went to. So we tried to pull the color out. There's nothing wrong with having color in the home. It's having the correct color in the correct space.
Because I mean, it looks beautifully. Looks beautifully bright. The chairs, the red cushions, the pillows. I mean, just adding the little curtain to it. I mean, it just beautifies the whole room.
Now imagine bringing your buyer in and they're walking into their large open kitchen, and that pop of color that you just caught your eye on that one picture is going to bring the buyer's eyes directly to the back of the house where that lovely view is.
Sure.
And that's kind of what we do in our floor plans, where we direct the eye to go to the places we know will sell that home. And let me tell you, the windows and the view in that home is what sold that property as quick as it did.
Wow. So how many days was this house on the property?
This particular house.
On the market, I mean.
This particular house was on the market for just 11 days.
11 days. In this market?
Yes.
11 days.
Yes.
And it sold with multiple offers. There actually wound up being a bidding war.
A bidding war!
And the sellers got more than their asking price for the property.
This seller in this market benefited on that the sale of that property. Why? Because the seller did everything he had to do according to the market, the presentation of the home, and he got his top price.